Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to Akash Sir's Maths Coaching Hingoli. In today's session, we are going to learn how to solve the question based on inverse trigonometric function. This question is asked in JEE Mains 2025, January 22 2nd, Shift 1. What is question? Using the principal values of inverse trigonometric function, you have to find out the sum of maximum and the minimum value of 16th times sec inverse square plus cosec inverse square. Okay, you have to take the principal values of sec inverse x and the cosec inverse x. After that, you have to do the sum of minimum and the maximum value of this principal values of sec inverse x and cosec inverse x. For finding the solution for this question, beta, first you should know the principal values of sec inverse x and cosec inverse x. All of you know that the principal values of sec inverse x and cosec inverse x. So the principal value of a sec inverse x is closed interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2, and the principal value of cosec inverse x is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 excluding 0. Okay, and one more thing that you already know, that the formula for sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x is what? The sum of sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x equals to pi by 2. That formula we are going to use here. We know that sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x equals to pi by 2. Now let's consider that sec inverse x equals to y. Okay, let sec inverse x equals to y. Now substitute this sec inverse x equals to y in this formula. So what you will get? Y plus cosec inverse x equals to pi by 2. Therefore cosec x inverse equals to, cosec x inverse equals to pi by 2 minus y. Okay, now we'll get sec inverse x equals to y and cosec x inverse equals to pi by 2 minus y. Now these two values of sec inverse x and cosec inverse x we will put in this equation. So what we'll get? Okay, what we'll get? So 16th time, what is the value of sec inverse x equals to y? So I'm putting here. So it is y square. Now what is the value of cosec inverse x? It is pi by 2 minus y. So it is pi by 2 minus y whole square. Now please solve this. Okay. So y square. Now I'm using here one identity of algebra. All of you know that a minus b whole square. What is a minus b whole square? A square minus 2ab plus b square. So here a square, a is pi by 2. So the square of pi by 2 is pi square by 4 minus 2 times a into b plus b square. So it is b square. Now this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. Now 16th in bracket y square plus pi square by 4 minus pi y plus y square. Now this y square and this y square, it is 2y square. So 16th in bracket 2y square plus pi square by 4 minus pi y. Now here again do simplification. So here the base is 4. That's why I am doing LCM of this all. So here I am writing 16. So I have to multiply this first term by 4 and divide by 4. Why I am doing this? For more simplification. Okay. So 4 to the 8 y square. Now already here 4. So no need of multiplication. So here I have to multiply by 4 and divide by 4. So I'll get 4 pi y. Okay. So divided by 4. Now 4 ones are 4 and 4 fours are 16. Now multiply this 4 with this bracket, open the bracket. So it is 32 y square plus 4 pi square minus 4 pi y. So now here we have to calculate the minimum value for this quadratic equation. Of course, it is a quadratic equation and this quadratic equation is open upwards, so the minimum value is at vertex, okay, vertex D. And how to calculate the vertex D? It is minus b by 2a. Okay, first rewrite the equation in terms of y square. So it is 32y square minus 16th pi y plus 4 pi square. Okay, so now what is vertex? It is equals to minus b upon 2a. What is the value of b here? It is already minus 16. So this minus and this minus will get plus. So it is 16th divided by 2 multiplied by a. So what is the value of a here? 32. So sorry, the value of b is 16th pi. Okay, minus 16th pi. So 16 1 the 16, 16 2 are 32. So you will get pi divided by 4. So here we'll get the minimum value as pi by 4. Now our target is to find out the maximum value. Okay, so how to calculate the maximum value? Now we know that the principal value of sec inverse x is closed interval 0 to pi minus pi by 2. For calculating the maximum value, of course the maximum value is lie on the boundaries of 0 to pi. So we are doing this one. So what is our equation? It is equals to 32 y square minus 16th pi y plus what was that? Minus plus 4 pi square. So it is plus 4 pi square. Now for finding the maximum value, of course the maximum value lies on the boundaries of principal values of sec inverse x. So first we will take 0. Okay, why we are taking 0? We are putting y equals to 0. Okay, so here we will get 32 in bracket 0 square minus 16th pi in bracket 0 plus 4 pi square. So 0 into anything is 0, 0 into anything is 0. So we will get only 4 pi square. Now again we have to calculate, again we are going to put y equals to pi in same equation, that is 32y square minus 16th pi y plus 4 pi square. Now we are going to put y equals to what? Pi. So it is 32 pi square minus 16th pi in bracket pi plus pi square. So 32 pi square minus 16th pi square plus 4 pi square. Now 32 minus 16, it is 16 pi square and 4 pi square. So it is equals to 20 pi square. Now in between two, now take these two values, 4 pi square and 20 pi square. What is the maximum value here? 20 pi square. Now you have to calculate the sum of minimum and the maximum value of inverse trigonometric function. So what is the minimum value? Just we get, so we'll get the minimum value as what will get the minimum value? We'll get the minimum value. First we have to calculate the minimum value. Now we are putting y equals to pi by 4. Y equals to pi by 4 we are putting here. So 32 in bracket pi by 4 square minus 16th pi in bracket pi by 4 plus 4 pi square. Okay, sorry, I forgot to write this one. So 32 into pi square by 16 minus 4 4s are 16. So it is 4 pi square plus 4 pi square. 4 pi square get cancel here, and 16 1s are 16. Sorry, 16 1s are 16 and 16 2s are 32. So it is equals to 2 pi square. Okay. So the minimum value is at pi by 4, and what is the minimum value? It is 2 pi square. Now you have to find out the sum of minimum and the maximum value. So in between these two, what is the maximum value? It is 20 pi square, and what is the minimum value is 2 pi square. Now do the addition of these two. So 2 pi square plus 20 pi square equals to 22 pi square. So here the sum of maximum and the minimum value of inverse trigonometric function of that 16th time sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x equals to 22 pi square. I hope all of you understood very well. My dear students, if you understood this question, so please subscribe my channel. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe my channel and share this question to all your friends. Keep watching. Thank you so much.